Howdy. Welcome back to PowerWash Simulator, where today we're going to be cleaning the forest cottage. H&G Hexenjager message saying, "We are two humble confectioners, brother and sister, living on our own deep in the woods of the national park, and there is absolutely nothing strange about that. We are also the creators of the finest gingerbread ever to grace the county, but to stay on top we need constant reinvention, and our dream forest home has become a grubby grotto, affecting our ability to dream up wonderful new recipes. Can you come and restore our cottage, and with it, our creative flow? Danke." I think we could do something about that. Actually, before we do that, why don't we go ahead... Oh, I already did, from the looks of things. I must have bought it before I logged off for the day, I think. I should be... Oh, I'm having an issue. Medium duty. Did I... That is the next one, right? I think that's it. I don't remember buying it, so I'm gonna double check. Power washers. Yeah, I got the Prime Vista 3000, so hopefully we should be able to use that. We got some extensions going, so this should go pretty well. There are no hidden challenges in this level that I know of. I checked the website. And I didn't see one. So we're just gonna roll with it and hope that is correct. I don't know why I'm walking around the house. We're just, you know what? These posts are dirty. Let's go ahead and set our boundaries, as the case may be. I know it's natural for people to be suspicious, but we really are who we say we are. I believe you, Hexenjager. I believe that must be true. And I'm not just saying that because you're paying me, I'm just mostly saying that because you're paying me. Okay, this level I don't recall being overly difficult, so hopefully it goes well. Okay, the gate's done. That's a good start. This is all part of the stone wall up to the post, maybe? Oh yeah, now we're clean and good. That's some nice pressure. That's some nice pressure we got going on. So we'll start at the gate, we'll work around to the other gate. Pretty straightforward. I'm also noticing, like, out of all the things they do with the nice textures and stuff, this wall's low-key kind of whack. Suddenly it's kind of like cel-shaded. It's given, like, I don't know, Borderlands sort of vibes. And then on top of the wall they have a bunch of random rocks just stuck up there. What's that all about, man? This one just feels a little bit off. Just looking at it, it feels a little bit off. But that's okay. We're not here to judge what we're cleaning, we're just here to clean, right? We'll clean this grubby grotto up, and they'll be doing what they do in no time. What percentage do you think that our stone wall is? This is a little game I like to play. I'm gonna guess by the time we get all the way around, it'll be 10% of the level is stone wall related. How did I miss that? Oh, the rocks themselves are dirty. Wasn't paying attention to that at all. It's alright, we'll make it around. I'm gonna guess 10%. I think we're about halfway. And that kind of gives you a good pace for the level, because if the wall's going that well, let's learn from our mistakes. If the wall's going that well, then the rest of the level should go pretty well too, I would hope. Ah. I see a cheeky little garden gnome out there. What does that say? I don't have a zoom, but there's like a... is that a helicopter? I can't see it from all the way over here. Maybe it's a missing cat sign for Mr. Ulysses. Speak of the devil, is that? Nope, that's just a fence. Sorry, false alarm. I thought we saw a cat. It was actually just the side of a post. In my defense, they look very similar. One is made of wood and one is made of cat. A guy might find it difficult to distinguish between the two. It's me. I'm that guy. That I-T... that P-O-Y. Okay. We're getting there. Getting pretty close to 10%, so it is. Does make me curious as to how accurate this estimation might be. Oh, we're almost to the back gate. Perfect. I'm sorry for being so quiet, because what's happening inside of my brain is it's playing all kinds of music directly into my brain, and it's not copyright free music, so I'm trying not to sing along to the songs in my head, and that's requiring a moderate amount of focus, not to say the words that are vibing in my brain. So do not take offense to that. Oh, we're at 10%. Excellent. Yes, and the walls are complete. I believe we have gone all the way around. Now that all that's left is the dream cottage. And since we don't have anything necessarily that we have to do. Is that a robber? Somebody trying to say this place is not what it's cracked up to be? I find that hard to believe. I don't believe that the FigsNStars would just lie to me like that. They seem like some pretty stand-up fellows. I don't know if this will get me to the roof. Oh, it'll get me all the way up to the roof, actually. Perfect. We'll start with the weather vane. Why not? Look at that. Nice and clean. Hello, Mr. Gnome. Hiding over there in the forest, I see. You're looking very spiffy today with your tall red hat. It's very kind to see you. Thank you for gracing me with your presence. This is really not... I just have songs playing in my head. They're not even all from the same artist. It's not even the same song. It's just... This is what happens when I cave and finally... I try not to be a music guy because I don't want songs constantly stuck in my head, but every once in a while I'll play me a little music and vibe around, and then what happens? It gets stuck in my head. Gets stuck in my head. And then I want to sing along to it while I'm doing menial repetitive labor. And normally that's fine, but I don't want to... I don't want to make the musicians jealous, right? They hear my voice, they hear me singing their songs, and they're like, damn, it should have been him. And the other thing is... Oh. Well. That wasn't preferred. And the other thing is... I don't want to get copyright striked. I don't know how that works. Does me covering a song in PowerWash Simulator constitute a copyright strike? Not entirely certain. Because hypothetically, I'm not sure how copyright works, but they say that kind of stuff in the comedy world all the time. It's like, oh well, sometimes people just have the same jokes, which is fair. But is it not the case that I can incidentally create the same music as a famous artist just by the nature of things? Like, you're telling me you're the only person who happened to string together a couple of notes in the same sequence? Gets a little trickier with lyrics, I suppose, but I mean, realistically speaking, a lot of songs cover the same topics. Is it so unbelievable that they happen to use the same phrases? I don't know. How many songs have said, like, what is love? I know there's at least, what is love, baby, don't hurt me. That's the big one. But then I remember there's like a song, I don't even know who that's by. Hadaway? I think I do. I think I lied. I think it is Hadaway. But anyway. There's also... I remember Never Shout Never has a song where he sings What is Love, but he doesn't say Baby Don't Hurt Me, but still. There's so many songs that have the same premises and the same lines. Like, would it conceptually be possible for two people to come up with identical songs? Like, as far as the main parts go, like as far as the lyrics and like the chorus go, you come up with the same song. Is that possible? Because there are billions of people out there, not billions of musicians, but billions of people. I imagine even non-musicians, like when they're just freewheeling, as it were, they're just out there doing their thing. Surely they also have generated songs that actually exist, and they just don't know it because they didn't hear the song before, so they just think they're just singing a little ditty, and then actually, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say ditty, maybe I should enunciate the T so they don't think I'm talking about the guy, you know, the one, the problematic one, as it were. Now we'll get that chimney. I can't help it, it's sticking off the roof and distracting me something fierce, so we'll go ahead and take care of it. Yeah, I'm really, of all the places, this place, I'm not really fond of the textures. It still looks nice once it's clean, but these bricks, these stones, cobblestones, something about it is just really not the vibe. I'm not super keen on, maybe it's supposed to look like a storybook, because it's like obviously like Hansel and Gretel themed, like, oh, we live in a cottage in the woods, we're confectioners, our initials are H and G, that's Hansel and Gretel, and we totally didn't rob a bank, which is, I don't know if you remember the story, but Hansel and Gretel were eaten by a witch because they robbed a bank. So, I mean, it's clearly a reference to Hansel and Gretel, is the long and the short of what I'm trying to say here. Oh, it's hard to stay on this roof too. Chimney it's just the inside of the chimney that I'm missing. Oh no, there's some pink here. I am glad that I decided to upgrade the gun, or the power washer, I should say. Don't want to stress anybody out with words like that. My pressure washer has been upgraded to a more powerful model. And with it, the cleaning prowess has become greater than ever before. Back dormer cap. I didn't get the main roof cap? What's the deal with that? Oh, probably because of that, right? That's why I fell off. Okay. It's okay, we'll fall off again. I got the extension. Oh, the underside, the third dimension. I forgot all about it. That's so embarrassing. Wow. Let me just get that real quick, shall we? And probably on the other side as well. Ooh. Not ideal. We're already 15% of the way through the level. That's almost 1% a minute so far. Dang, they're really not giving it to me. What's the deal with that? Oh my goodness. Every time I ask that question and then I come around to another side that I was neglecting and just see a bunch of dirt. I'm so sorry, I was distracted by the chimney. Oh, that's a completely different... I'm deeply amused by that. It's a completely different post that I'm going on about. Don't mind me. I tend to be incorrect most of the time. Me wondering how I miss everything, but also me blatantly missing what is right in front of my face. Dang, it's tough. I'm telling you, this is tough. not the game. I'm trying. My brain is really trying to get me to sing. Well, I don't even know if it's rapping, singing, both. No one that any of the main people would be aware of, I'm sure. Got Baby No Money and Oliver Tree stuck in my head. So, I mean, I don't know. They're alright, but I don't know if they're worth risking a copyright strike over. And there's more than just those two. But I don't actually know the name of that artist. I heard their song on Spotify and I liked it. I put it in my liked, the one playlist I have, like a sociopath. I think that's one thing that's curious about me is I am a horrible sociopath when it comes to music. I do not I don't listen to a lot of music. I just have occasionally, like, why do I have a Spotify account? Okay, well, occasionally I listen to music, alright? Let's put it that way. When I do, I want it to be commercial free, so I have a Spotify account. I guess you don't need a Spotify account unless you want it ad, well, I mean, even if you want it ad free, I'm sure they have a free model, right? But I like it ad free. Yes, we moved here just a week after that bank robbery, but people just move house all the time. That's true. I don't know why I'm so fixated on this post, but we're gonna get it. I think it's because I'm fixated on the borders. I want the underside of the roof so I can get the top of the roof with no worries, but then that's another thing about this level. Is all the wooden posts intersect, and it kind of makes me want to get all of the intersections. I can't just focus on the roof, because they've got all these frames. Which are essentially like gutters. I gotta get back on the roof. I'm gonna get distracted. I might as well tell you what, I'll go ahead and deal with these, which are what is holding me up, I'm pretty sure. Conceptually, anyhow, yes, the eave is good. Oh, is this eave? Did I get the eave? Okay. I'll just get this outline of the roof, that way I can clear it from up there. Ooh, pardon me, wall. Getting in my way like that. We're already 25 of the way done. For some reason, I remember this one kind of dragging on, and I don't think it's like, it's really no longer than the shoe. It feels like it's going about the same pace, maybe. Maybe a little bit longer than the shoe, but the first time it felt like this took forever. I just kind of wanted to be done with it. I didn't get that yet, but I think it's because there's dirt on the top. And that's the other thing about this game too, is like all the levels are beautifully designed and clearing them is fun, but you're also like, okay, I'm ready to see the next thing already. That could just be a me thing. But I get excited about what's coming next once I get used to the level, so if it takes a little too long, I start to get a little antsy because I'm so excited to see what's right around the corner. There's so many levels in this game, by the way. I think I was reading there were 90 something total levels when you count all the bonus jobs and the special jobs and whatnot, so we'll be good for a good while. I'm not sure how long they get. I have gotten a fair bit into the career. I didn't finish it. That's how I knew. I knew I would want to play this game because I was playing so much of the game. I think I told you, but I don't remember. I think I said that I straight up played this game for 16 hours. It's a long time to play PowerWash Simulator. That's like however many times I did the skate park times 4 or 5. I think it was like a 2 hour and 30 minute episode, so like, yeah. it was like most people are like, oh, I'm gonna miss work because Elden Ring is coming out. You're not gonna see me for a week. And then there's me who's like, man, I need to call off work because I spent 16 hours playing PowerWash Simulator. Not that there's anything wrong with PowerWash Simulator. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like it's a lesser game. I'm just saying that's not the kind of game you expect people to call off work for. That's all I'm saying. Panic. Can you imagine? Oh, PowerWash Simulator 2 is coming out. No one's saying that. No one is saying that on Twitter. I guarantee it. A lot of people probably enjoy PowerWash Simulator 2, right? But it's not got the same... It's not... Like, what else came out? What else came out that people have said that about? I'm trying to remember. I remember maybe Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing, but I feel like that was just the times. You know what I mean? That was just how things were. I'm trying to remember the last big release, but I'm not a big release guy. People talk about maybe GTA. What else has Rockstar done? Red Dead Redemption, maybe? I'm just curious. People were excited about Silk Song, but I don't think it had that kind of... I don't think people were making that kind of statements weeks at a time. I felt that way. I remember feeling that way about oh, what's the name of that game? Atomic Heart. I was looking forward to that game forever, and I still haven't beaten it. And I have nothing. There's nothing against that game. I don't know. Like, it came out, and I was like, oh, bro, I'm gonna be playing this all week, and then I just didn't do that. I think part of my problem is I have trouble justifying things. I'm trying to work on that. That's part of what this is about. Right? Like, I want to offer relaxing videos for other people, but it's also to get me kind of in a headspace where things are chill. They aren't as intense. Because I feel like some of the reasons that I've been falling out of gaming, some of the mental reasons is it's hard to justify it. I feel like it's hard to justify things that I enjoy sometimes. And I don't think that's good. I think I shouldn't have to justify doing things that I want to do in my downtime. And yet I find myself doing that constantly. So I was in this loop where I would have games that I wanted to play, but then I would have to put so much effort into... Like I was years ago. Okay, so I have another YouTube channel. I'm not going to post it here. Not that I don't enjoy the content. It's just I would like to make some of that content again. I don't have the time or the energy to be consistent with it. Because in that channel I was like showing my face. And that's good. That's not a bad thing. I don't think I have a bad face or anything, but like I would feel the need to like look better, and God, well, I don't know, it's weird to talk about. It's like just the basic shit, right? Like, oh, I have to shower, I have to do all this stuff before I can get into content creation. And then, like, I'd be playing, or not playing, but I would be at work doing all these long hours. Because I work, it's factory labor. There's a lot of overtime. And I don't mean to bring the mood down, I'm just giving context. So there's a lot of times where it's like, man, I just want to come home and, like, play PowerWash Simulator, for example. I just want to veg out. I just want to relax. So then gaming is how I would do that, but I'm starting to put stipulations on it already, right? Like, I got to come home and shower before I can game. I got to get into the right headset before I can game. I got to be entertaining before I can game. I got to do all this stuff. And it's not like YouTube was my career or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm obviously doing factory work. I didn't have like a super massive channel or anything like that. It was just a hobby channel, but I still wanted to do my best, right? Because if you're going to do something, why not do your best? So I was taking this thing that I did to relax, and I was turning it into a second job. And part of the reason for that is I have trouble, like I was saying, justifying just playing a game. Like, why would I do that? What's the point of that? I should be doing, I don't I don't know how to just relax and enjoy the game. Just like I didn't know how to relax and just make content. I don't know how to do things to relax. So that's kind of what this experiment is. I know that PowerWash Simulator is not a heavy content game. It's not a high hype game. I'm not going to be able to post a thumbnail of PowerWash Simulator and make it out to be like the next, I don't know, Half-Life 3? Not going to be able to do that. It's not a bad game. It's just a niche game. But anyway, I'm digressing. Yeah, it's just that's just what I have trouble with sometimes, is justifying it. So I don't know. I'm trying to rekindle some interest here. I'm trying to rekindle my ability to relax and just enjoy things, and I hope this helps somebody else too. I hope somebody else just wants to. I imagine it's got a higher demand than it used to for something that's just not stressful. You know what I mean? Not like emotionally draining. Not something you gotta get super invested in and pay a lot of attention to. Just, I don't know. It's hard to articulate. I feel like I've been articulating or trying to articulate it a lot in the videos, and maybe that's not the right move, but I don't know. That's just what I'm compelled to talk about in the moment, I suppose. It's what's on my mind. Kind of figuring it out as I go, too. Like, I was thinking, maybe I'll try something else, or maybe I'll just continue with PowerWash Simulator, or maybe, who knows? Who knows? I'm just trying to vibe, just trying to feel it out. So right now, my main focus is consistency. I want to make this a habit. I don't want it to fall to the wayside, so I'm not trying to... Like, I want to improve, obviously. I would like to be more conversational. I would like for my videos to improve in quality. I don't want to just fall on, oh, well, it's supposed to be relaxing, so I'm not going to do anything, obviously. Because part of the fun of the videos is being a goofy guy. It's saying some weird shit sometimes. It's bringing some weird energy to it. I think that's who I am. I don't think that's... Like, it's not necessarily a chaotic energy that I want to bring. But, like, that's my idea of chill, is just riffing and making up stupid things and saying stuff for no reason, like Billie Eilish's first name actually being Bilbo. That, to me, is relaxing. I like saying things that are just goofy. That's what I want to do. And I think I'm pretty okay at it. Sometimes I feel like I overthink the punchline. But I feel like as I get into the flow of things, that'll come with time, and I don't need to stress about it too much in the moment. So for now my focus is going to be consistency. It's going to be getting a video out every day. Not worrying too much about the quality. The quality will come. That's naturally what I drift towards, is wanting to improve, right? I don't want to do the same stuff. I'm driven to... I find improvement fun. I find making things more efficient fun. You might say I bear a slight resemblance to Floozy McGee, but she was much younger than I am now, and such a happy soul. Okay. Wasn't asking. It feels kind of good to talk about it too. I remember on the other channel it was like when I first started it, I would want to do these little update videos. I don't know that it's the path. And then it was like weird to talk about in the video because I was like, oh, I need to focus on the game. I need to focus on commentating. I don't want to talk about this. There's so much. Life is so freeform. But I have this issue with like this rigid idea of what it should look like. What should this look like? What should that look like? Am I perfect right now? And I don't know. I don't know if anyone can relate to that. I'm sure they can. It's not like I'm some special case of neurotic. But if you're curious as to why PowerWash Simulator, why quote unquote waste my time doing that, that's why. Because I enjoy PowerWash Simulator. And I don't want to ruin... I'm tired of like putting what I enjoy by the wayside to try and be something else other than me. Which isn't to say I was trying to be something other than me before. It was just I was trying to be a version of me that I don't think I can maintain in the current state. And maybe who knows? Maybe the time will come. I'll lose my job or I'll quit or whatever, find another job that'll give me more time to do the kind of content I made before, and I can work on that channel as well. Because it's not like I didn't enjoy it. It was just required a lot more time and effort than I have at the moment. And I don't know if you've ever experienced that level of perfectionism where it's like, well, if I'm not perfect, if I'm not doing my absolute best. And maybe that's some tricky terminology, right? Maybe the problem isn't that I wanted to do my absolute best. Maybe the issue was I was being dishonest with what my absolute best was. Like if I came home extra tired and didn't get around to something, I would say, oh, well, I'm not trying my best, I'm being lazy. And maybe that's the problem, which is why taking it slow, just doing this imperfection or this imperfect, unpolished video stuff, maybe that's just what I need. I need to get used to not necessarily producing low effort content. That's not what I'm trying to say. But like being okay with producing the best quality content I can in the moment, even if it's not up to my ideal standard. It's okay to be imperfect. That's kind of where I'm at. And I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying these kinds of videos. I was reflecting on that before. When I watch my videos back, I'm genuinely... like, I know I'm not saying some crazy shit that has to be heavily edited. I mostly just make sure I'm not making any weird sounds by accident that would be unpleasant to hear. I rewatch the video and I low-key vibe with it. And that's interesting to me. I have not experienced that before. Usually I'm looking at all the faults in my videos because I was doing game reviews is what my other content was. They were like short little, I would aim for maybe 10 minutes. And they would be quick. I would edit out all my breathing. I would cut out any blank space in speech so it was fast paced. I would work to try and put jokes in there. And like, I don't know, it would like bankrupt my creativity very quickly because I didn't have the energy to dedicate to it. And then I would rewatch it back and I would pick it apart and I would be heavily critical. And I feel like that is what I'm actively working against here. This, I want to be the opposite. This, I would truly like to make a difference. If not anyone else, if it's just me, that's fine. Content that I like, content that I vibe to. That's what I'm shooting for. Now, probably this episode, I think I'm going to watch back and be like, I don't know if I should actually post this, but I'm going to give myself the benefit of the doubt. I trust that if this is what I feel like I want to talk about, then it's okay to talk about it. I'm going to trust in that. And give myself the chance to speak. That's where I'm at. And what do you know? All that music that I was trying to suppress is gone now because I've let my mind, I've opened it up and I've let it out. So hey, that's fantastic. Anyway, I hope you got stuff figured out too. I hope you're not too stressed out by life. I hope you're making things work. And just remember not to be too hard on yourself. Even if I'm saying that to just me, that's fine. If I'm saying it, if someone else is listening, it applies to everybody. You too. You don't have to make excuses for doing the things you enjoy. You can just do them. Even if it's just for you. Even if it's just for you. Even if it doesn't make sense. Even if it's not necessarily a quote-unquote productive use of your time. If it helps you get into a better mental state, that's not a waste of time. If it helps you deal with something, it's not a waste of time. If it gives you space to think, it's not a waste of time. That's what PowerWash Simulator does for me. Like, not a ruminating type of think. It's more like a background process kind of think, which is, I guess, how I sort of problem solve. I kind of let my unconscious do all the heavy lifting, you feel me? That was interesting. I remember when Portal came out, or maybe it wasn't Portal, maybe it was Portal 2. I think it was Portal 2, yeah, because that's the multiplayer one. I was playing with a friend, and we were stuck on a level. And we had to spend a good couple of hours on it, trying to sort out what was going on. And I remember we went to bed that day, and I had an epiphany in the middle of the night, and I was like, I know how to beat that level. And it was like, okay, that's great, but it's whatever time in the morning, we're not doing that level. And I was right, that was how you did the level, and that was funny to me. It's just, I wasn't thinking about it, it just hit me. Aha! That's kind of how my brain processes problem solving. Sometimes. I like logically working through things too, but sometimes some of the tougher issues I just like to let it simmer in the background. I trust that my brain will eventually pick it up, or I'll forget about it, and then we won't have a problem. I don't think content creation is that situation though. For some reason I feel compelled to create, even if I'm not very good at it. I don't know what that's about. I don't know, I feel like I had that the other YouTube channel, and like it sits on the back burner a lot, obviously, for obvious reasons. Every once in a while I'll feel bad that I'm not making content, and I'll want to go back and make content. That's weird to me, because you think, like, some people just say, okay, well, I guess I'm kind of done with that, I'm just not going to do it anymore. But for me, I either can't or don't want to, one of the two. It's kind of hard for me to articulate which one it may be. So now I'm at the phase where it took me a while, but I finally learned that I gotta make it work for me. Hansel looks nothing like Rocky McGee. Hansel has a huge beard, long unruly hair, and defeated eyes. That's okay. I don't know what Rocky McGee looks like. Rocky was young, clean-shaven, handsome, and with such spirit. Okay. cool. I think I think you may be the people that you're telling me that you're not, because I wasn't asking, I was just power washing the cottage. Starting to think maybe you're not world-class confectioners at all. So yeah, that's kind of how I got here this year. This year I've decided I'm just gonna get back into things. Just gonna make it work. And if I don't have a lot of time to pour into it, then I'll make less time consuming content. We'll just make some vibe content, because that's what I need. That's what I need. I need to vibe. This is my vibe time. So thanks for vibing with me, whoever you may be. Okay, I think I got this window still done. I'm trying to be... because I'm kind of like... the last couple of times we've done these levels, it's always caught me off guard. The main roof, I think, goes over here, so that's why it's always caught me off guard that it's like, not 100% done when I think it should be, because I'm like, wait a minute. What did I miss? Also, we made it to 61%. I really have been rambling on today, huh? That's good. I feel better when I'm able to keep a consistent, what are they called? Not a mind dump, I guess. Stream of consciousness? I feel like that's when I'm probably at my best mentally, is a stream of consciousness. When thoughts are seamlessly drifting from one area to another, and there's not always, like, I'm not going to say that I'm the most articulate guy. I've been saying articulate a lot, but I'm not going to say that my stream of consciousness is going to effortlessly make the connections known to you, necessarily. One thing I noticed that I do a lot watching my videos back is I'll start a thought, and I'll get distracted, and I just won't finish the thought. That's another thing I struggle with. Like, entertainment-wise, that's a problem. Like, if I were out to entertain, that's something I definitely would like to correct one day. You know what I mean? And I feel like this naturally helps me do it. I'm naturally inclined to have a stream of consciousness and to want to talk. But the fact that we're doing it in such a low stakes way is going to help me naturally achieve that. It will be something I work on, just by the nature of the process. If I just trust the process, I should naturally find my way. At least that's the hypothesis, right? If you naturally do the thing, if you do the things you're naturally inclined to do, instead of resisting them and nitpicking them, then hypothetically, you will naturally find your way towards what you're aiming for. Which I don't know why I never realized that before, or at least I haven't thought about it to such an extent as I have now. So that's helpful to work through that. Well, go figure. You've got a healthier mind doing things you're inclined to do. I mean, I guess that's activity dependent, don't get me wrong. I'm not advocating for anybody to do anything crazy out there because they're quote unquote inclined to do it. Because I could see that being interpreted in some pretty foul ways. I happen to be, what are they called? I don't know if devil's advocate is the right way to describe it, but maybe a deconstructionist is a better way. Which maybe I'm being unfair to myself when I do stuff like that, because then that leads to overthinking and justification again, which I believe I think I kind of talked about that in another video as well. Where I feel the need, I don't know if I did or not, but I feel the need to explain myself sometimes. Or the way I explain my process. Oh yeah. I remember it was during the playground level, I was kind of touching on like situations where I'll say something and then I'll at the same time interpret it several different ways before I speak first and then I interpret what I'm saying after. And sometimes that's not charitable to me. And then I feel the need to explain away, or I don't know if explain away is the right phrasing, but I may end up causing more offense was the notion I was trying to get to by trying to explain what I meant instead of just letting it slide, because I guess I assume that maybe people won't be very charitable and they'll interpret it the bad way, when the likely thing is people will either assume you meant something, or like people tend to be more generous, I would say, than I give them credit for. I feel like people won't assume you meant something in a weird or bad way as long as you didn't. Especially if you don't make a habit of it. But I'll say something, I'll interpret it a weird way, and then I'll try to explain myself, and then usually the person's like, oh no, I didn't take it that way, don't worry. And I'm like, are you sure? And it just leads to overthinking, which stifles the process I'm describing is like the flow state. Oh shoot, it fell off. It's not the flow state. Was that what I was saying? Not the flow state. What was it? Devil's advocate. I'm trying to replay what I was talking about in my head. I'm overthinking. Overthinking is the gist of things. I feel like if I didn't play devil's advocate, or what did I said it wasn't devil's advocate, I said it was something else, but I forgot already. Deconstructionism, if I didn't deconstruct everything I said, or if I did so playfully as opposed to seriously, I feel like the deconstructing is a strength of mine. Because it's fun. It's fun in situations when you're with friends and they say something, to deconstruct what they say and flip it on its head and make it mean something else. I find that fun. I find it fun to poke fun at video games and media and stuff that way. Criticize it in a goofy way. That's fun. It's not fun when it's myself against myself and it's not done in a goofy fun way. It's done in a self-critical way. I don't know why I jumped up here. No fall damage, right? Oh, but yeah. Sometimes we use our own tools against ourselves. We're our own worst critics in that way. But I digress. Almost 70. We're almost at 80% already. We are trucking through this thing. But that is an odd combination, having a tendency towards a stream of consciousness, but then also having a tendency to deconstruct. So at the same time, like it's occurring in real time at the same time. As I speak, I'm like, I don't know if filtering is not the right word, or I wouldn't say things that I would then deconstruct uncharitably, right? Because I would have filtered it. But it's happening almost simultaneously. Maybe offset. Maybe slightly offset is the problem. But the benefit of a stream of consciousness is you can say some wild stuff. Like, I feel like that's where my sense of humor really comes to shine. Because, yeah, I could do scripted stuff, alright. But I think the strength comes in when, I'm just in the moment, you know what I mean? Like when I hang out with friends and we're talking and riffing with one another, that's when I'm in the moment. That's when I feel like my best work is done. So if I could access a stream of consciousness and kind of de-weaponize, that's a good word, de-weaponize my own not devil's advocacy, I keep forgetting the word I used. Deconstructionist behavior. If I de-weaponized that and just used it for fun, I think I think that would be like my final form. Because I could keep the video low key. I don't think energy alone is what makes people want to watch videos, right? I feel like keeping it low key is the move. That is the move. That's good for me. That's good for the people watching. But I feel like where people might get bored is when I get too quiet for too long. I feel like that may be the sticking point, which I think is what I've been getting at this whole time, really, is just how things will happen naturally, or how this in specific, that doing this channel is helping me accomplish that natural transition. Like how I'm thinking about things now. It's kind of like a circular reasoning, right? Like in a good way, in a way that I believe is going to help me accomplish my goals. It's like focusing too much on getting better was making me not do anything at all. So I'm just gonna do stuff, and I kind of lost my train of thought. I kind of lost where I was going with this, to be perfectly honest. I think you can kind of see where I'm getting at. It's like the solutions are sort of in the problems themselves, which is bizarre. Bizarre to conceptualize. But it's genuinely interesting how some problems are actually that easy to solve. And I don't mean easy as in simple, or maybe I do mean simple. Maybe simple is the right word, and it's not easy, but it is simple. It does feel like a pretty simple solution, even if it is circular. If I could access the stream of consciousness, which would be good for me, like mentally, because it means I'm no longer being self-critical to the point of inaction, then that would also be good for the viewer, because that's where my strength lies. So I think what I'm trying to get to, I'm kind of getting distracted in the interim. Rocky would never run away from the law and hide out in a dank cottage for years claiming to be a baker unless he was completely desperate. Okay. Didn't ask once more, but we'll accept it. I think the point I was trying to make is that if I can access the stream of consciousness state, where I'm just rambling on, doing my thing, vibing, chilling, making jokes with a deadpan, almost monotone voice like I am wont to do, then I'm going to be in my best state, which will in turn lead to more entertaining videos, because I'm in my zone. Don't let me into my zone, as it were. And coincidentally, the way that sorry about that, I was interrupted. No, I don't know where I was at. I don't know what I was saying. So I reckon we'll just finish things up here. %of the way through. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. Something about the windows is off. Yeah, I forgot about that window. Because they're all like weirdly shaped. So the windows are off, the textures are off. Even this post is kind of just weird. It looks weird. I find it difficult to vibe with this level on a... I mean, don't get me wrong, the effect is still there, right? Still looks good when it's hosed down. There's something about it that's just not aesthetically pleasing. To my eye, at least. Did I get the... I guess I did. I think that's good. Oh no, window's still not clean. Now it's clean. I would have left that behind. That would have been my... Okay, that's not dirt. 85%. We're closing in on 90, fellas. %. I may have to get a ladder to get this window clean, I think. So I'm definitely going to have to get on top of the windowsill at least. Take a quick peek at all the grime I've left behind so far. Not too much. I think we're in a good spot. I don't want to move the extension, but I feel like I must. I'll go ahead and take it down to the nubby gun. There we go. I think I can get the rest from the floor. One of the uses I did see for the white nozzle, I could scroll, can't I? Is like if you want to see lore, you can use the white nozzle to kind of get away from erasing graffiti. It's like this graffiti is trying to tell us that the Hansel and Gretel folks aren't quite who they say they are. They got a we're not the people that robbed the bank, and then you get over here to the cellar and it's like, oh, maybe they're the people that robbed the bank. Or maybe they're being trolled. Maybe that's the deal. People are constantly saying they think they're the bank robbers, so they feel extra defensive, and now they've got graffiti about it on their house. maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what this is supposed to imply. I think it could just be, we're implying that they robbed the bank, or it could be that, because why would anyone graffiti the house saying that they robbed the bank unless they did, or unless they at least very seriously thought they were the ones who did it. Like, they didn't obviously do it to their own house, so somebody must have. Like, if I committed a crime, I wouldn't go spray painting on the side of my house the crime that I committed. They want it power washed off. So it could be, if we give them the benefit of the doubt, it could be simply that they are tired of dealing with this, so they get defensive. Hey, we didn't rob the house, or we're not robbers. We don't look anything like the robbers. Leave us alone. Maybe that's the vibe they're going for. Hard to say, truly. I don't know if it's that advanced. Maybe the joke is just like, yeah, they probably robbed a bank and now they're hiding out here. And they're just extra defensive because they don't want to get caught. Okay, this is awfully green. I was gonna say, yeah. Sometimes I just don't know what to do with this thing. Now, 93%, I'm feeling pretty good about. 94% now. I'm feeling good about how much we've gotten, how attentive I've been. Feeling pretty good about that. I don't think I've missed any posts. I think I've been pretty careful to make sure they ding before moving on. Of course, I always say that, and then by the end, there's something on the checklist, and I'm like, how? Literally how? I'm 99%. How are there so many things? And sure enough, I'll have neglected something. Oh, my hands are wobbly. What's going on? I'm gonna go ahead and get this side. 95%. Sometimes it's surprising how fast levels go by. Not that this has gone by particularly, like, outrageously fast in 10 minutes, like the 5-minute motorcycle video, of course, but we're still power washing a pretty decently sized house. It took us longer to do the backyard, I'm pretty sure. The backyard and the detached house, I believe, were both longer. It's a little bit shorter, or a little bit longer than the shoe house, for sure. Oh, all the steps are different. Ah. Interesting how we do that for this house, but not for the detached house, huh? Just all kinds of inconsistent. I'm assuming these steps, third dimensions, are the problem. Okay. And we'll get this timber frame taken care of. I think that's it for the timber frames. I think I was able to get the last window from down here too. That would be nice. Oh, I did. I was going to say, it doesn't look like it's going to let me, and then I got the side. Here we are at 93%. Now, unless that door, it's like 3 separate things, right? It could be the door frame, the door, and the door handle. I wonder. I do wonder. Front wall's done. So now's when I'm about to lose my mind, right? Ooh. Nope, door. Door handle. Okay, so I was right about the door handle and the door frame. Those are 3 items, but this is not completing my checklist, which does have me a little bit perturbed, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, even with the door handle. A little bit on top of the frame, it would appear. Yep. Okay. I think the best course of action is to polish off all this rust. Okay. That didn't clear it. That means there's quite a bit we're missing, huh? Okay, you got me. What are we missing? 99 cellar door handles. I'm pretty sure I got both of those. I thought they both dinged the cellar doors. Timber frames, main roof frames. I missed 2 of those main roofs. What? I don't know about that. That's crazy. The third dimension. I'm pretty sure I watched both cellar doors ding, but I guess not. Timber frames. Let's go. Let's see. It never fails. I'm always like, okay, I think I got this one. This one for sure is 100% done. Oh wow, really? Huh. This one? Whew. Alright, main roof. Main roof frames even. That one? Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Now I guess the main roof is all that's left. Wonder which one that is. I'm surprised. I am surprised. Oh shoot, Scooter. Hey, don't suppose you have time to fix up my poor little Trixie, do you? She's all mucked up. I'm sure we could give it a look-see, Mrs. Ryerson. But for now, let's take a peek at this power wash job we did. Oh man, look at that. Not the prettiest cottage in the world, but hey, she's gleaming. Thank you so much for making the cottage look wunderbar. It feels like a stain on our character has finally been removed and we can get back to our true passion. Also, Into My Mind has already leapt the recipe to a magnificent new custard strudel. Well, I'm happy for you. Well, thanks for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you again tomorrow, where we will tackle whatever she was talking about just now. Until then, I'll catch you later.